Yo, today I want to talk about the fact that if you're better than everybody else, you have to be hated. You just have to be. What made me think about doing this video is the fact that Drake has sold so much. Like, first week he sold so much, second week so much, third week. Like, it's the fourth week now the day I'm recording this. And I was like, oh, let me search up how much he sold. Bro, he sold 140k. 140,000 in the fourth week. That's more than most do on the first week. And you know what people say? People are like, oh, only bots stream Drake. Only, it's people are not really giving him credit for it, which I think is kind of dumb because, well, he worked very hard to get here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all just discrediting everything just because he's popular. Like, just because he's the best, because he is the best. Okay, he might not be your favorite rapper, it's not my favorite rapper either, but he is the best. He's the best right now. You know? There's a reason he's selling this much, right? He had to have done something right. But people discredit it, People with no profile picture are like discrediting him, and it's just the fact that he's so much better than everybody else. When he's super up, people don't wanna be fans of someone who's up, don't wanna listen to someone who everybody listens to, even though, see, that's why underground is mainstream. That's why I say that, because everybody is trying to be niche. Everybody is trying to listen to the most niche thing ever, because if it's mainstream, then it's bad. And same thing in other things. If you're, the most jacked guy at the gym, people are like, oh, he's on steroids. He's enhanced. He's whatever. Or he's like, oh, he's a gym rat. He only knows about the gym. How do you know? Have you asked that guy? Because most likely he's not just about the gym, But people discredit him because he's just the best at it. Even if he's on steroids. I mean, hey, I discredit people on steroids too. But come on, some people are on steroids and probably don't look even close to that. And even then, he would be natural, Like, I mean, it would have to be a pretty small gym for the biggest guy to be natural, but still, you know what I'm saying? Like, people hate on Mr. Beast because he's so up, he's so popular. I think he's the biggest YouTuber, or maybe T-Series beat him. I'm not sure. Or not T-Series, or Coco. Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch Mr. Beast, but people just hate him because he's popular. Now, has he done some shady stuff? Maybe. I don't know. But I do know that he did work very hard to get here, and he's very smart about YouTube. And, people just discredit him because he's like, oh, of course people are going to watch you if you spend a bunch of money on your videos. But, like, he got to where he's at because he didn't spend money, you know what I mean? Like, or he did spend money, but he spent his own money all the time, and he just ended up increasing his budget, unlike most YouTubers that just pocket all of it, and they pay an Indian guy to edit their videos for, for $30 for 10 minutes, right? I know that because I used to be an editor, and yeah, this is, you cannot compete with these Indian guys that do the most for the least. I think it's pretty dumb, but whatever. I mean, we could all have one, by just creating a different product and being actually good at editing, but they decided to go down in price, and when it becomes a commodity type of offer, well, you're never really gonna succeed. You know, I'm not just hating on these Indian guys. I'm just saying. I mean, for them it might be something. Okay, motherfuckers are gonna think I'm racist about it. I'm not. I'm just giving you the hard facts. You know, you can either look at them or you cannot look at them. But people are gonna hate you, man. Especially in life. Whenever you get better, you see the real people that are like, oh, he got better. Let me give him a compliment. Let me, you know, I'm not saying you're necessarily real if you do that. I'm just saying, you know, people that are like, oh, respect, I fuck with that. But a lot of them are gonna be like, they're gonna be hating on you because you're the best at it. Especially if they've seen you where you came from. Especially like if you used to be fat and now you're jacked, the people that knew you were fat are actually gonna hate you more than the new people you're gonna meet when you're already jacked, if that makes sense. Why? Because they see that you got better and they are still in the same position, so obviously they're gonna hate. They see that your circumstances were not easier and they're still gonna hate. Now people are gonna hate you if you're better even the first time you meet them, even if they don't know. Like I said, they're gonna be like, he's lucky, genetics, steroids, whatever. You know? Or people will just hate you just to hate you. But here's the thing. If nobody's hating you, you're probably, or let me say, if people are hating you, you're probably doing something right. I'll keep it a buck. If people are hating you, you're either the worst or you're one of the best. People don't hate the people that are in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Because people in the middle are safe. You know? Like, okay, if people are gonna hate you if you're really fat. People are gonna hate you if you're really jacked. If you're like, I don't know, in shape, quote unquote, toned. People are not really gonna hate you because you don't pose a threat, right? But I don't know. I think it's kind of toxic to hate the most popular guy right now, the most popular rapper, the most. You know, people would literally blow up a rapper, like they would listen to them when they're underground. Once they become mainstream, they're like, oh, I don't fuck with that guy anymore. I had one of my friends used to do that. It's funny. He used to really do that. He used to listen to like It when he was still small, and Summers and Autumn and all that. He was really into them when they were really, really small. And then they started blowing up, and then he was like, no, I don't like them anymore. And then he kind of turned back around. Well, I guess they're kind of good, yeah. I mean, right now, in the present time, none of them are really all that good, but still, you know, that had to be like 2023 when he came back around to them, kind of, maybe. I don't know. I'm not good with the years. I might completely butcher them, but yeah. Now in 2026, none of them I think are really all that good, and he agrees. But you cannot just start hating on someone just because they're starting to get some buzz. Worse yet, you cannot hate on someone because they're the best, they're the biggest. You know, a lot of people wouldn't dare listen to Drake just because wouldn't be caught listening to Drake because he's popular. But hey, just know that when you improve in life, when you become better, you're gonna be hated, especially if you want to be the best. Because, well, I mean, if you have any sort of discipline, any sort of, you know, drive to do things, you're gonna become the best in a group setting pretty easily. In a walking down the street type of setting, unless you live in like maybe. See, I don't know. I'm speculating here. I'm making assumptions, which is wrong of me, and I'm making stereotypes. I know. But maybe if you're walking down Miami or something, Miami Beach, you might see a bunch of like people that are like way better than you, quote unquote, right? Of course. I think what makes you really better is like your mental, your mind, having a strong mind, but also having like, I'm still with the material things. Like I still believe that you cannot be, I don't know, to me you need to make a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, you walk in Miami, you probably see a lot of like rich jacked guys that look good, you know what I'm saying? They probably also have a pretty good mental, like I said in my other video. That video is kind of controversial. I wonder how it's going to be received, if anyone watches it at all. But in my video, I said that if you look good, you're going to have a good personality for the most part, because it's going to feed itself, right? And the same thing if you look bad. But yeah, that's why I say that it depends on where you're walking, right? If you're walking down a very big city, you're gonna see people that are probably better than you, yeah. But unless you live in those like big cities, I don't know, those very populated cities, very broad and very I don't know, business oriented, economic, you know what I'm saying? Pricey cities, if you're going to Monaco, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be humbled, right? It depends on the situation. But I'm saying that like in a class setting or in a school setting, college setting, whatever, in a group setting, even in a just going to a restaurant, going to a coffee shop, going to the gym, it's not that hard to be the best in there, or at least top 5. Now the gym maybe in the best in the sense of muscle, you're probably not gonna be, right? Because obviously it's the gym, it's people where people build muscle, right? But if you go to a normal place, like a restaurant or I don't know, amusement park, whatever you could think of, you're gonna be one of the best in there, best quote unquote, like I said, where we need to qualify things, we need to measure things. I know that, in my opinion, best is like mindset, but the mindset drives the body to the looks, the way you look too, right? For the most part. But yeah, if you go in those places, you're gonna be like very up, very, and a lot of people might hate on you, might be like, they wouldn't say it in real life, but they might subconsciously be like, oh my god, look at this guy, oh my god, he's dressing in Recons, who the fuck does he think he is, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. It's like, people would hate for no reason, but yeah, I just want to say that if you become better in life, if you level up, you're gonna be hated for no reason, and that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, But it's still worth it to level up. Like, you should be selfish about it. Fuck it. A lot of people won't like me anymore, or a lot of people that I meet won't like me. I don't care. I'm doing this for myself, to see the best version of myself, and I think that's what it should be about. Now, not putting huge stress on it, I'm not of the belief that you should like hyper optimize every single thing in your life, like, oh, the best version of myself would be working right now. Maybe, but well, maybe not, because you have to quantify your life not just in terms of work, right? Not just in terms of being productive. Okay, and I'm gonna leave you with that.